Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the exact step-by-step process we took to take our store from $0 to $1,000 a day on revenue. So you can see here, the last 1 week we made around, we almost got 103 orders, and this is the sales number, $6,700, and this is today's number, 239. So you can see here, so on 23rd of July we made 1,800 and 377 and 800 and $1,525. So we're constantly making 800 plus on sales on this account and on this store. So this is the numbers, and let me show you guys the Facebook ad strategy we used to take our store from $0 to $1,000 a day on sales. And before I show you guys the exact strategy, I want you guys to leave a like and leave a comment on this video, because I'll be answering all your questions. And do follow me on Instagram, because I'll update my results on Instagram daily, and I can reply to your questions. So you can see here, on that day we finished the day with $1,500 on sales, and on that month we made $13,000 on sales. So do follow me on Instagram. Let me show you guys the exact method, and CBOs is one of the easiest way to scale your store from $0 to $100 or even $1,000 a day on sales, because we've been using CBOs for a while, and we almost spent like $15,000 on testing CBOs, and we found a way of doing CBOs right now. And let me show you guys the exact steps, and I'm going to share one of my trick which I used to do in 2019, and it's working right now in this year. So I can also show you guys how to do that. So let me show you guys. First, let me dive in. So what's CBO? CBO is a campaign budget optimization. You can see here, this is how Facebook ads was started. Like we used to have a campaign, and we have multiple ad sets inside campaign, and so each ad set will have different budgets, like $10 or $5 or $3. So you can see here, $10 budgets, and each ad set will perform with the budget we gave them. So but CBOs is totally different. Like you will give a budget to an entire campaign. Like you're not going to allocate a budget for each ad set. In this case, we're going to give the entire budget to a campaign. Like we can give them $100 or $200, and they're going to spread it out. And first they test the ad sets. Let's say we have 5 ad sets inside a campaign. They test ad sets, and they optimize it, and it spends more money on the winning ad set and reduce the ad spent on other ad sets. So this is how CBOs work right now. So from September, CBOs is going to be mandatory. Like it's going, we only have CBOs option in Facebook Ads Manager. We can't use this method without CBO campaigns. So CBOs are much more easier to maintain compared to normal campaign budgets, because increasing budget is very easy in CBOs compared to the normal one. So that's why I suggest CBOs. And let me show you guys the next step. So interest targeting. Before we launch CBOs, we need to find the winning ad sets. So let me show you guys the exact steps I took to find the winning ad sets. So you can see here, interest targeting. Interest targeting is something you can easily find interest. Like if you're someone who's selling a toy, and you can just type baby toys on Facebook ads targeting, and you can find the broad interest, right? So you need to test single interest targeting, because I always do single interest targeting. I don't flex, or else I don't narrow down by NK shoppers, because if you do all those things, it will increase the CPM, and the cost per click will be go high, and it's going to cost you more. So just don't do that. Try single ads, single interest targeting with just one line, so it will work very well. And what I do is I only target Tier 1 countries, like all Tier 1 countries, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Norway, and Sweden, and Canada, Australia. So all these countries, and I don't target all e-packet countries, because I don't want to. Because if you are doing that method, it's going to spend a lot of money. You need a bigger budget to do those things. That's why I target Tier 1 country, because getting sales from Tier 1 countries is much more easier compared to the other method. So after finding the winning audience, group them 3 to 5 times. So mostly on day 1 you will be launching 10 ad sets, and after launching 10 ad sets, then you need to give them 24 hours time to perform. So after 24 hours, mostly 2 to 3 ad sets will be a winner. So all you need to do is just duplicate them 3 or 5 times, because this method is exactly I use to scale my products from $0 to $100 a day in profit. I already made a video on that. If you're someone who's totally new, make sure you watch that. The name of the video is low budget Facebook ad strategy. Make sure you watch that. So every time you dupe a winning ad set, you need to focus on the success rate, because success rate is very, very important to find that winning audience. Because every time you dupe, like let's say you're duping a ad set 5 times, and out of 5 times, it like on the last 5 ad sets, it gives you 3 winning ad sets. So that's more than 50% success rate. So it means the audience is performing very well. So you can use those audience to launch CBOs, because you're using this method to find that extreme winning audience. Because if a ad set is performing well, it doesn't mean it's a good winning audience to scale, because it might give you 1, 2, 3 sales, and mostly after that it will die off. But if it's keep on working, that means it's a winning audience. I use this method to find my winning audience, so I can put all those audience together on a CBO and I can scale them. So let me show you guys the next one. So which is lookalike audience. Pretty much I do the same stuff I showed you guys in the last slide. So I narrow down by countries. As I showed you guys, I do all tier 1 countries. I don't just do United States or other countries. So just do United States. I do all tier 1. And once, mostly out of 5 countries, 1 country is going to outperform pretty much all other countries. So let's say United Kingdom is performing well, and so what I'll be doing is I'll be creating custom audience, and I'll be creating lookalike on United Kingdom only. Like you can see here, these are the custom audience you can initially start. If you're someone who's running video ads, then you can create videos, and you can create lookalike from that. View content, add to cart lookalike, initiate purchase, and actually add to cart lookalikes is performing much well recently. So if you're someone who want to test add to cart again, just go for it. And after finding that winning audience, like I said, you need to dupe them, so you can find the right audience for CBOs, because CBOs will perform well when you give them a very good audience. So like I said, some ads will give you 1 or 2 sales. Like some audience will give you 5+ sales. If that audience is if you put that audience on CBO and if you give them a good budget, it's going to outperform everything. So duplicate them and find a strong audience. And let's say you have 3 audience on lookalike and 3 audience on broad interest. Just put together and give them a budget of $100. And let me show you guys the rules on the next slide before I show you guys. Like always, focus on the success rate. The more success the audience have, it means it's a winning audience. So you can see here, I just filtered by these 2 campaigns I want to talk about. So you can see here, so this one is a lookalike audience and this one is a CBO. So you can see the difference. So the CBO is making 2 ROAS, and the normal campaign budget optimization is making 1.86. But still 1.86 is it's profitable, because the break-even point on this, the break-even ROAS on this product is 1.4. So it's still profitable. So let me show you guys what I did inside this one. So you can see here, it's a 2% audience. So I've been launching all 1 to 10% on this particular lookalike, and so out of 1 to 10, the 2% audience is much working well for me. So I've been duplicating. So all these are duplicates, and so it's consistently giving me sales whenever I duplicate it. So it shows me that this audience is worth testing with CBOs. So what I did is I just took this audience, and I launched a CBO with $100 a day. So you can see here, I increased the budget. So I launched it with CBO, and I have launched much other ad sets too, because I just want to show you guys this lookalike. So you can see it here. So let's go inside this CBO. So these are the top 5 ad sets which has been performing well. With all these are different lookalikes. Like this one is view content lookalike, and this one is initial checkout, and this one is it looks like it's purchase, and so other 2 are different lookalikes, specific web page visited, and this is the time spent by. So I found all these ads and I put together, and you can see here all this out of these 5, these 2 audience performs well compared to these 5 audience, and you can see here it almost gave us 83 sales. The entire budget is spent on this one. This is how CBOs work. We have turned off these ad sets. Let me show you guys the rules I exactly follow to turn off the ad sets inside the campaign. So you can see here it performed very well, like 2.15 ROAS. And this audience is also performing well, like 1.95, but still CBO is spending majority of the budget on the first one. so it's performing well. So let me show you guys the exact rules we follow. So you can see it here, 7-day click or 1-day views I use, and at least have 5 adsets inside CBO. Just don't launch CBOs with 2 or 3 adsets. Try to launch it with 5 adsets, because when you're spending $100 or $200 on ads as a budget, it needs some space to spend the money on. So always go for 5 adsets. Pass the campaign with $30, because mostly CBOs will perform on day 1. If it's like not even CBOs will perform well on the first 6 hours. If it's not performing well on first 6 hours, it's not going to perform well. So it need to be positive on day 1, or else it's not going to be. 80% of the time, this is how it works. So sometimes it might underperform on the day 1, and it might perform well on day 2. If you have the budget, go ahead and test that. But if it's not performing on the first 6-7 hours, then that means the CBO is not performing well for you. So it's going to waste the money. So even I give the budget $100, $200. I won't let the CBO spend the budget. I just let it spend only $30. If it's not performing well, if it's not bringing me sales on the first $30, then I'll totally cut off the campaign and move on. This is one trick which I started using recently, and it's working very well. Launching high budget CBOs like $300, $400 a day ad spend. So mostly I launch high budget CBOs with best performing ad sets, and I spend like $300 a day. But it doesn't mean I'll let the campaign spend $300 with loss. So like I always see the ad manager like every 3 hours, and I'll cut down. Like if it's not making you profit on first $50, then it's not going to perform well. This is a behavior I found on most of my ad accounts, which is if a CBO is not performing well on day 1, then it's not going to perform well at all. So like, it's going to make you losses. So just cut down if CBO campaign is not being profitable on day 1. Like so. I also follow something like this, which is I only launch CBOs on my best performing days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All these days the campaigns will perform well. So I launch CBOs on these days. I won't launch CBOs on Monday or Tuesday, because mostly e-commerce stores won't make a lot of money on Mondays and Tuesdays. Even my store is it won't perform well on Mondays. So I don't launch CBOs, these high budget CBOs. Especially if you're someone who's really struggling to spend money on ads, then try to launch campaigns on Saturdays and Fridays. So Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, because it will make you more money because of the days. So like I said, I'll turn off the campaign if it's not being profitable after it spent $50, and I just follow the same rules, which is after each ad set, if it's not making sales after spending $20, I'll turn it off, and I'll keep on doing that, and mostly you will end up having best performing CBOs. This method really works. Try this method, and pretty much that's it, guys, and thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video. I really appreciate that. It will help me grow my YouTube channel, and see you guys in the next video.